you that was such a unique game, so distinctly different in two halves. How do you coach these guys past that now?
Oh gosh, that's just that's life in football. You know, whether you play well and lose or whether you play bad and lose, you know how you handle that and how you bounce back is just part of it. You're not going to win them all, and particularly you play a schedule like we're playing. I mean, you know, the positive is you go into a basically a home game for one of the top teams in the nation, and it's easy to see that we could have won the game. I mean, we obviously did not, and give credit to them for taking the momentum back and winning it. But there is a reasonable belief that we competed and we could have won it. It was a bunch of young kids on the field, and so I think you build on the positives, but also address the reasons we didn't get it done. And you know, if we're going to be any good, you bounce back from those, and traditionally we've done that fairly well here. I think it's because of the continuity on our staff and the chemistry that we have. I expect our kids to respond, and it's a long season, and one game doesn't make it or break it.
Outside of the two major injuries that we know about, how did you guys come out of it physically?
I think those are we have the typical soreness and things, and a couple kids will hold Fadal out today, but it's just he's sore, and Tony Connor had to get his knee drained, but everything else, nothing should keep anybody out after today. We expect both of them to be back tomorrow also. First, very disappointing to lose Ken, though, and Sweeney. I mean, Sweeney's, you know, one carry, and that happens, and of course Ken's a big loss. He's our best cover guy.
What were the official diagnosis for them?
Sweeney's got a torn ACL, and Webster tore everything, every ligament in his knee.
You said you wanted to correct the things you did wrong. What kind of stood out in that arena?
Eye discipline on defense, and just playing poor technique that does not. Someone had to do. You know, we lost Ken. He had to. You know, he's our boundary guy that you expect to play 95% of the snaps, and then you put somebody over there that maybe is not as comfortable, and his techniques was really bad at times, and it cost us some. And then if you're carrying a guy and your eyes shouldn't be in the backfield, and you know, just doing your job on defense. You know, a couple of it was the crucial third and longs that really killed us in that drive right before the half. And you know, I think I'm as hard on critiquing us as coaches as anybody. And you look, and when you say, man, that's a perfect call, then we're either not communicating it well enough or teaching the techniques well enough, or either their discipline is not enough to do their job, and we've got to work through that. That's why I think most people would rather play a game that week one that you can make those mistakes and still win. You can't do that when you play one of the top teams in the nation.
Anybody in particular you're looking at to move to corner?
I mean, the first name that would come up would be Derrick Jones. I think we're deep at receiver, and we haven't made that decision yet, though. But you know, that would be the first name that pops up in my mind.
With down to as few running backs as you have, do you have to start utilizing them differently?
Maybe, and then you know, we got Jared Street that could move back over there too, or Kalo Moore, but we're so thin at corner that. You know, so probably Jared would be the next guy if we had to do that. But you know, DK Buford's working hard to get a shot, and you know, hopefully Akeem and Eugene and Blue's red shirt's probably not going to happen. He's going to get ready to go, and probably we'll see some action this Saturday.
With on the other side, but so thin at corner, do you have to revisit what you do with Carlos in the return game?
Yeah, we've definitely thought about that. Probably he'll probably remain at kickoffs. Van can do punts, and like you've seen, everybody that's using the spread punt, you're not returning them anyway. You just can't with the new spread punt if the hang time is any good at all. It's hard to return them, so we have to consider that for sure.
What's your top concern right now?
In the second half offense in your mind after you watch the film?
We gave up on the run a little bit. In the first half, we gave the appearance of being balanced, and effective. In the second half, we might have, we probably should have called a few more, but the 2 turnovers really just, I mean, they go touchdown, opening second half, field goal, turnover, touchdown, turnover, field goal, or touchdown. I can't remember exactly, but and all of a sudden, the whole momentum had just totally gotten away from us, and you can't turn over 4 times against one of the top teams in the nation. So I don't want to judge us in one game on the rushing attack when we got away from it so much, and we lost some possessions due to turnovers.
What's your top concern coming out of that Florida State game?
Just correcting the mistakes, and handling the September schedule, the mental part of it, and the physical rest. I mean, this is a tough turnaround. We get back at 4 a.m. Got to play the triple option this Saturday, which wasn't real smart on our scheduling, and just totally different. And you'd like to have 2 weeks to get ready for it. And we basically had 2 days. So, I mean, we just got to correct the mistakes and hopefully stay healthy for sure.
Is there any update on Jeremy Ligon's status?
We hope this is the last week that he's out here practicing, I assume. I hope. But he's doing well, I think.
You mentioned that y'all had already started preparing for Wofford well before Florida State.
Well, we spent 3 to 4 days in camp with a 30-minute period introducing what our defense is going to face. Whether or not they can recall that today, who knows? But we did think we had to do that.
How did Rod and Greg grade out at left tackle?
Greg did good. Rod did pretty good. Got beat on 1 sack underneath against. But again, you got to give credit. Now, those guys got a lot of seniors over there that are expected to be in the playoffs. That, I mean, those they're going to win their share. But early in the game, again, when we had the appearance of being balanced, I didn't see the issues. But you let guys like they have, and then they start moving their ends inside, because what we discussed. But no, I thought the O-line actually played pretty well.
I know you kind of got to focus on the task at hand at first. Have you thought about how much Shea will play this weekend if your guys do take care of business in the first?
No, he and I sit down Friday and we'll have a conversation and see kind of where that goes.
Anything else?
Thank you.
That's it. Thanks, guys.